everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. Today's matchup features a very good defense. The Pats are top 10 in fewest points allowed, and they'll be up against the Rams' offense that wants to hang a big number on them. So let's get you up to Foxborough as we check in with our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, thanks. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Los Angeles Rams and the New England Patriots. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now Jones. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. First down coming there on the intermediate passing play. That's been a point of emphasis, they told us in practice, using those medium routes to keep the defense off balance.
And it wasn't just them telling us. We got to watch them practice it and work on it because they've been trying to fine-tune it and get it right before this game. And I think they have to be happy with the result.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he's brought down. They give him 15 more, and it's another first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in the zone.
And his first carry, he loses the football. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. The tackle by Tremaine Johnson. And a lot of the weight of this offense falls on the shoulders of the running back.
That's because the offense knows if they give him any openings, any opportunities, he can turn it into a big play at any time.
Eight yards to go here on second down.
Come on, let's go!
Now a wildcat look. It's Jones. Now Lewis. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. The defense here for the Rams.
Michael Brockers was a first-round pick coming out of college and has done nothing but enhance that status. A tremendous player inside.
Third down now following the run. Now this time, Brady will throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Their dangerous wide receiver. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Pats have taken the early lead. And he gets it to make it 7-0 Patriots. Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, Not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? And we introduce you to these starters now, and Tavon Austin, a man who really doesn't need any introduction anymore in this league.
He did it all when he's at the University of West Virginia. Played wide receiver, slot, returned kicks, even lined up at tailback and ran for over 300 yards. All of those talents will be on display in this game.
It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. So the D-line's going to spread out. This is Mostert. And some room to roam now. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, L.A. A big play there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Rams are an extra point away from tying up this football game. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now out come the Patriots. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Give them a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
2nd down, 8.
Here we go. By 20.
Brady to throw on 2nd down. Looking deep here for Dion Lewis. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Dion Lewis, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Patriots have taken the lead. Well, that was the fly route for a touchdown, and since he caught that one and scored it, I got to tell the story. Before the game, we were standing there. He was running deep routes, dropped one. It bounced up and just hit me right in the gut. And I said, come on, man, but there was no drop.
Yeah, you okay now?
I'm good.
All right,
I'm good.
We got the ice pack up here. You're just fine. What I loved about it was the subtlety of the route, because everyone knows he's fast. They're going to play him for that route first and foremost. But sometimes it's a head fake. It's varying your speed off the line of scrimmage. It's giving the defensive back different angles to think about. Is he going inside? Is he going outside? And then, as you noted, he just took off past him. Oops, there he goes again.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. A quick look here at the Patriot defense.
Stephon Gilmore gets better and better every year, continues to excel in pass coverage.
The slot man in motion right. And the slot man goes in motion left. Throwing, Jones. Austin's got it left side. 15 yards there on the catch and run.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. But one of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback and disrupt things.
It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, picked off by Duron Harmon. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown. Ah, yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
Ah, you're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an interception.
For different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a three-syllable word. Yeah. You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. They'll get 16 yards there. And that leads to a Los Angeles first down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
To me, that's a superior play by the backer because he was allowed to, I think, run free on it and make that play. His defensive linemen, they covered things down for him because offensive guys, the linemen were the...
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. And the Rams getting set to go now. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. Back live now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Rams with a football to get us going. They'll come up on a 3rd and 4 here to start things out. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on second down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He's going to let this one go deep. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The intended receiver, Tavon Austin. And it's 4th and 4. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one. You ever notice that when Tom Brady does get hit and drop to the ground, There's some guys back to him pretty quickly to check on his health, aren't there?
That's exactly right. For as much as he throws, doesn't take a lot of square shots, but took one there.
He's really smart in the pocket, isn't he? Even out of the pocket. He understands where the pressure is coming from. He senses people. You're exactly right. Doesn't take too many direct ones. But that one had to hurt.
On second down, it's Jones. And he'll power his way up near the 25. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that any time you hand the ball to him back.
Looking for his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski. Now 4th down.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And, yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
2nd down, 9 yards to go. They'll come up now in the Wildcat package.
Here we go. 38.
And now here's a carry heading left. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
Back to throw here. And that's caught by Smith. And he's eventually brought down, but not before he reaches the 39, just shy of the 40. So he makes the grab, and the chains move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line, giving them time to complete that first down pass.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Now, let's go.
Boston, the man in motion left.
No. Check. Patriot. Here we go now.
Smith will come in motion right. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And it's the linebacker, Shea McClellan, with a pick. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. And the Patriots gearing up to go now. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I enjoyed watching Robert Quinn in pregame warm-ups with you down on the field. Did it surprise you how tall and angular he is? You wouldn't think he'd be able to play against the run that well, would you?
But he can, and he showed it right there, didn't he?
That's that wrestling background he has. He understands leverage as well as
He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack the seat. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. Coney Ely in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 6 yards on the pickup, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The offense staring at a 3rd and 12 here.
Now let's go. Now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now Jones. And that's caught. Did he stay in bounds, though? He did not. Ruled incomplete. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Taking it about the 16. A strong running. One man in the backfield. That's Jones. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Tremaine Johnson. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he throws.
Smith catches left side. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 15 yards through the air and a 1st down.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
Now Mostert. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. And time for us to take a break here in the booth. Back to Foxborough after this. He'll drop to throw. It's caught on the right side. It's Smith. Now it looks like we've got a Patriot down, slow to get up. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. Let's see if the defense tries any pressure here on 3rd and 8. Throwing Jones. And this is going to be incomplete. So on 4th down, here comes Greg Zuerlein to try and get 3 for the Rams. And Zuerlein's kick is good. But there is a penalty marker down. They might be forced to try this one again. So 3 points is the outcome, but probably not what they're looking for given the drive that they were on.
Yeah, things were looking good. You had it 1st and goal, but then the offense sputters a bit, and they're forced to settle for a field goal.
Mostert. And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. A great effort there with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Rams have got this back to a 1-score game. Now Zuerlein on to add the extra point. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. One man in the backfield. That's Jones. They go back to the air here after the INT. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
Defense in a good spot. Let's see how the offense responds with a 2nd and 13 now. Brady to throw on second down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. And they've got an extra defensive back out there now on 3rd and 13. Here's Brady to throw. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. Here's Ryan Allen now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Over the middle, he hits Austin. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Now Jones. Caught on the right side by Dorsett. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Boo,
The wide receiver moving to a new spot.
No. Check.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Dante Hightower in there to bury him for a loss of 11. And quickly they get to the line.
All right, here we go. Boo,
He'll drop to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the 1st half. The Patriots offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. And now they call on Stephen Gostkowski. His career-long 57 yards set just a year ago. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59-yard attempt. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. So we've reached halftime here at Gillette Stadium with the Patriots on top. As we'll send you down the coast to Orlando where we check in with our friend Larry Ridley and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry? This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. So the Patriots coming out now. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is, don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here. They come up in an offset eye. On second down, here's Brady. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot, but they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
And that's a good sign right there as we start the third quarter. Because in the first half, not much space to run the football. And as we go into the half, we often think to ourselves, all right, what's the adjustment? What do they have to do? You know what a lot of the adjustments are? No adjustments. You know the game plan, been working on it all week. Maybe a little tweak here or there, a little bit better blocking, and now you're establishing the running game.
Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
That's another nice run, and I have to tell you, some of the coaches that I played for, their philosophies were always different when they see a guy running the ball well. Some of them wanted to immediately go to play action and throw it now because it's wide open. While other coaches said, you know something? Until they stop him, that big boy's going to keep getting the football. And that might be the direction that they're going to go right now.
They'll put two receivers left, two to the right. Throwing on first down is Brady. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Now a first down carry by Jones. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And now the Rams have got it. Going. There goes Green. Past the 20. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, L.A. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. And you know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
And he's got it up and through. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. So after the INT, it's Brady. He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski. Complete. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
One of the beauties of a 3-4 defense is that you have flexibility with your linebackers and you can put them in different spots. But one of the downsides is an offensive team that's committed to running the football, you can get your big offensive linemen up on linebackers quicker, and that usually gives you an advantage in running it.
On play action, now Brady. And Cooks has it over the middle. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
They'll pitch it out to Jones. And past the 30 down to about the 27. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Ah, yes, Brady to Gronk. You think these two are in sync?
Without a doubt. And look, they both understand what they can do for each other. Gronk knows if he gets open, the ball's going to be there. And Tom Brady knows what a great security blanket Gronk is. When all else fails, you find big 87.
And they try the sweep to Jones. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. On the stop was Aaron Donald.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guys at the cornerback position.
Now it's 2nd and 7. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
One man in the backfield, that's Jones. Movement there on the offensive line, a little quick, and a 5-yard penalty. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Gronkowski, slot left. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
So incomplete on first. Let's see what 2nd down has in store. Brady to throw on 2nd down. That's caught at the 1. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Kearis Garrett with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead. And they're able to up the lead by 1 more. Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
and I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive, and we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too, and they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
And the wideout in motion. Woods, the receiver, in motion left.
All right, now, lucky 56, lucky 56.
Now Jones. And that is incomplete.
A good number of coaches at any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
Detroit, set, green 39.
Throwing Jones. And he comes back with one complete. 8 yards there on a first down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Back to throw here. Over the middle, Dorsett. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Back now in Foxborough. It's the Rams trailing, but they do have the football as we start the fourth and final quarter. Second down now after the pass completion. And they're going to go soft on the corners. They come up at an offset eye. Here's Mostert. And he is going to lose yardage here. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
All right, here we go.
Out of the gun now on third down. And now here is another interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. And now out come the Patriots. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. Here's a direct snap to Jones. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Now this time, Brady will throw. Looking deep downfield. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. On the right side, this is Austin with a catch. 26 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be a Los Angeles first down. They'll look to throw now on first down. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll make it a second down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Philip Dorsett, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up third down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
All right, here we go. Boom, landed. Detroit, Detroit. Leopard. Over.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by the rookie Cyrus Jones. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
A gain of 6 there on first.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Unable to get it to Gronkowski that time. And it's 3rd and 4.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
From the gun on third down, Brady dancing to his left. To the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were. Here's Ryan Allen now as he's on to punt for New England. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Now Jones completes it to Austin. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, what, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving Day. You know, when we get together.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Jones. Austin's got it left side. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. And in a two-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get the third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Deron Harmon. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss. And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. And the offense moving quickly to the line. To throw, it's Brady. Throwing left side, it's complete. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. They come up in an offset eye. So the defense flinches, contact made, and the 5-yard penalty ensues. Five receivers in the game, 4 of them to the left side. Here's Brady to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
White 20, 380, orange.
Brady going to look to throw. Oh, he can't get away, and Brady will go down. And the Rams are going to go ahead and take another timeout. That'll be their 2nd, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. So a big sack on 2nd down. Now let's see what the offense has in store for 3rd. To throw is Brady. He's got time in the pocket. Going up top. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Brandon Cooks, 79 yards. And the Patriots add on to their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. One receiver left, 3 to the right. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He's going to let it fly. Robert Woods, former USC man, the intended target. And now it's 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, They had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out.
And now here is another interception. And the ball is knocked out. A great read, and it's picked off. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Left side, it's Dorsett. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. 23 yards on the play. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And they're going to speed things up here. Now Jones. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
I've become a firm believer over the years that many drops happen before the ball's even snapped. When you call wide receiver screen, as we saw there, I know these guys really well. They're thinking about that play going to the end zone. And sometimes they forget to catch the football first.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. Now a play fake here on first down. And my goodness, another interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And that will write a finish to this ball game. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for the Pats, they continue to make their case for the playoffs as they move to 9-3. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Baltimore Ravens next week. Meanwhile, for L.A., this could hurt in the race for home field advantage as they drop to 10-2 on the year. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Atlanta Falcons come to town. So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Patriots winners here at home as we say so long from Foxborough.